In the farthest reaches of the southern hemisphere lies a land of endless ice and bitter winds, Antarctica. It is the coldest, driest, and most unforgiving place on Earth. Temperatures can drop below -60 degrees Celsius, and the sun may vanish for months. Yet in this seemingly lifeless desert of snow and ice, one extraordinary creature thrives, the penguin. At first glance, penguins appear clumsy and comical. Their round bodies and waddling gait make them look like little gentlemen dressed in tuxedos. But behind their cute appearance lies a story of incredible endurance, adaptation, and courage. These flightless birds have mastered a world where few others can survive. Penguins cannot fly, but they have evolved into something equally remarkable. Their wings have transformed into powerful flippers, perfectly designed for swimming through icy waters. Their feathers are packed so tightly that water cannot penetrate them, forming a natural armor against the cold. Beneath their skin lies a thick layer of fat that keeps their bodies warm in temperatures that would freeze most creatures solid. On land, penguins move slowly and awkwardly. But the moment they dive into the ocean, they become graceful, powerful swimmers, slicing through the water at speeds up to 35 kilometers per hour. Life in the icy wilderness is harsh, but penguins have discovered strength in numbers. They live in vast colonies, sometimes numbering in the tens of thousands. When the Antarctic winter descends and storms sweep across the ice, the penguins gather together, forming tight huddles to survive. Each bird presses against the next, sharing warmth and protection. The ones on the outside face the howling wind, while those in the center stay warm. Then they slowly rotate, ensuring that every penguin gets a chance to rest in the middle. It is one of nature's most beautiful examples of cooperation and community, a living demonstration of unity and survival. When the time for breeding arrives, usually at the start of winter, emperor penguins, the largest of all penguin species, begin one of the most remarkable journeys in the animal kingdom. Thousands of pairs leave the ocean and trek across the frozen landscape for many miles, searching for a safe place to lay their eggs. After mating, the female lays a single egg and carefully transfers it to the male. Then, exhausted and hungry, she returns to the ocean to feed, leaving the father behind to protect their unborn chick. For more than 2 months, the male penguin stands motionless in the freezing darkness, balancing the egg on his feet and covering it with a warm flap of skin. He endures temperatures of -50 degrees and hurricane-force winds without food or shelter. Yet, within that small pocket of warmth, the egg is kept at a steady 37 degrees, the perfect environment for new life to grow. When the female finally returns from the ocean, she carries food stored inside her belly for her chick. Despite the massive crowd of penguins around her, she can find her mate and their chick almost instantly, guided by a unique call that only they can recognize. It is a beautiful symphony of nature, a sound of connection and love in the middle of a frozen wasteland. The chicks are tiny and fragile, covered in soft gray down that offers little protection from the cold. They stay tucked beneath their parents' bodies, shielded from the icy wind. For weeks, the parents take turns traveling to the ocean to hunt and returning to feed their chick. Each journey can last for days or even weeks, filled with danger from predators and the brutal sea. Underwater, penguins become hunters of the deep. They feed on fish, squid, and krill, the small shrimp-like creatures that swarm beneath the Antarctic ice. With their sleek bodies and powerful flippers, penguins can dive to depths of 500 meters and stay underwater for over 15 minutes. Their eyes are adapted to the dim light, allowing them to spot prey in near darkness. They often hunt in groups, working together to herd fish into tight schools before striking. But even the ocean is not safe. Deadly predators like leopard seals and killer whales lurk in the icy waters, waiting for an opportunity to strike. To survive, penguins must rely on speed, agility, and their unbreakable instinct to live. As the months pass, the chicks grow stronger and begin to shed their soft down, replacing it with waterproof feathers. This transformation marks a new chapter in their lives, the moment they are ready to face the ocean on their own. For the first time, they will dive into the freezing sea, alone and unprotected. Many will not survive. Some will fall victim to predators, others to hunger or the cold. But those that do survive will return one day, fully grown, to continue the endless cycle of life on the ice. There are more than 18 species of penguins in the world, scattered across the southern hemisphere. Emperor penguins, the largest, live only in Antarctica. Adelie penguins are smaller, full of energy, and known for their curious nature. Magenta penguins are the fastest swimmers, reaching speeds of 36 kilometers per hour. Other species, like the Humboldt Magellanic and Galapagos penguins, live in warmer regions along the coast of South America and the Galapagos Islands, proving that penguins are not confined to the frozen ends of the earth. Each species has its own way of life, its own challenges, and its own remarkable story of adaptation. Yet, despite their resilience, penguins now face new dangers, not from nature, but from humans. Climate change is melting the ice they depend on for breeding and shelter. The warming sea is reducing the amount of krill, their main source of food. Pollution, oil spills, and overfishing have further disrupted their delicate ecosystem. Scientists warn that if the Earth continues to warm, several penguin species may vanish entirely within the next few decades. Losing them would mean losing one of nature's most enduring symbols of balance and hope. But penguins are not just survivors. They are also creatures of intelligence and deep emotion. Once they find a partner, they often stay together for life, sharing the responsibilities of raising their chicks and protecting them from harm. Their courtship rituals are tender and expressive. A male might present a small pebble to a female, a simple but meaningful gift that symbolizes love and commitment. When they touch beaks or bow to each other, it is a quiet, touching gesture of affection in a world ruled by ice. Studies have shown that penguins can recognize their mate's face and voice even among thousands of others. It is a skill born of necessity, but it also reveals something deeper, a sense of loyalty, memory, and attachment that few animals possess to such a degree. Despite the cold, despite the hardship, penguins live with an extraordinary sense of joy. They slide on their bellies across the ice, playfully chasing one another, or leap from the water in bursts of excitement. Every movement, every sound seems to celebrate the simple fact of being alive. They teach us that even in the most desolate places, life finds a way to flourish. When the sun finally rises over the Antarctic horizon, its golden light spills across the frozen sea, casting long shadows on the ice. Thousands of penguins gather along the edge, calling out to one another before plunging fearlessly into the waves. Their cries echo across the vast white expanse, a song of life, endurance, and unity. No matter how cold the world may be, as long as they stand together, the warmth of life will never fade. The penguin story is not just about survival. It is about love, sacrifice, and the unyielding spirit of nature. In a world of ice and silence, they remind us that hope can shine even in the darkest and coldest of places. So, as we watch these remarkable creatures waddle, slide, and dive through their icy kingdom, let us remember that they are more than symbols of the wild. They are teachers of resilience, unity, and joy. Their lives are proof that no matter how harsh the world becomes, the will to live, to love, and to keep going will always find a way. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the wild world of penguins. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to help raise awareness about protecting our planet and the extraordinary creatures that call it home. Together, we can ensure that the songs of the penguins will continue to echo across the frozen wilderness for generations to come.